Hey, how's it going, YouTube? So, there was a big surprise that I had for y'all on the channel, and I said that I had a mod that I wanted to put in, and well, let me go ahead and show you the mod. Well, here it is, people. This is the mod that I was telling y'all that I was going to install. Let's see if you can see who it's by. That's right, roush. So I'm gonna be installing that. I did want to. This is my box. I have a review on that at some point. But anywho, I was going to record me doing the removal and install, but I don't have, a stand for it, and I didn't have. My plan was to have someone film it for me. It's just I'm here after hours in the shop, everyone's gone, everyone's at home, and I really didn't want to wait any longer because something else is going to be happening to the Mustang, and I'll have another video on that later. So I went ahead and just said, you know what, let me do it myself and just kind of go through it. So pretty much, as far as the removal goes, taking out your air box, disconnecting a lot of hose. Pretty much I disconnected this whole vapor hose here, and pretty much I'm going to have to reroute it with some other hoses that were supplied, and pretty much reroute it to a hose that will fit the supercharger. Had to remove the fuel rail with the injectors. It did come with injectors, so I will have to replace these injectors as well. And pretty much, as you can see, I'm already to the point of removing the intake manifold. So, draining the coolant was the first thing that needed to be done. Disconnecting the battery, disconnecting a lot of coolant hose, vapor hose, vacuum hose, and you get the idea. But so that's pretty much where I'm at with it. And pull the intake off and just follow the steps. It's about like a 70-something page process. So, and that's just for installing the supercharger. Then, it's like another 70-page process for downloading the roush software and installing or reflashing the PCM after the roush software is downloaded. So that is another process. I will update as I go through some more steps, and then explain what I've done at that point, and then we'll go from there. So I'm just gonna finish taking the intake off and go a little bit further, and like I said, I'll update y'all as I go along. All right, just bear with me, guys. Update on the supercharger install. There's the supercharger sitting here. So I got some stuff over here. All right, so here's the deal with the update. So it's a pretty little process. Now, as you can see, I got the intake manifold on. One of the things that you're supposed to do is cut down on this little tensioner looking thing that was sticking out. So I had to shave that down. I had to tap the hole bigger for this, and it's going to be for the tensioner bracket for the supercharger for the new belt. So I have the intake on now. A lot of stuff like wire, they came with 2 wire kits. That was probably the most tedious process, because I had to run wires all the way through the flywheel. Not through the flywheel, I'm sorry, through the firewall, and so I had to run it all along through the backside. That was one thing that was a pain in the ass. Another thing was this hard tube, putting the hose in the back. That was a little bit of a pain in the ass. But so I got everything pretty much situated to where I can start connecting some things. My only problem is, so I go to the step to put the supercharger on top, and as you can see in this little valley, I am missing my gasket O-ring. So we're pretty much at a sit still right now. I got to see what's going on, get with my parts department, and see if they can get me a gasket coming ASAP. Other than that, it's gone. So I'm at a sit still with that. I can still work around putting the supercharger on at least. I can at least put that bracket that goes here. I could, you know, finish my wire setup. There's some things that I can work around at least until I get the O-ring gasket, and then, you know, I'm able to drop the supercharger on top. So right now I'm just kind of waiting. I'm gonna see what happens in the morning. It's like 8:30 at night, so I will see what's going on, if I can get an O-ring coming as soon as possible. And then I'll give another update once I get that O-ring and once I get more stuff installed. There's still even more process. I still gotta put the cooling fans back on. I still gotta put that guy back on, the intercooler. There's a degas bottle at the bottom that's gotta go in here, so I gotta take this guy off, gotta take the front bumper off. Yeah, it's a little bit of a process, but I would say so far I'm in it. See, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours now. It's supposed to be a 12-hour job, or 10 to 12-hour job from what the manual says. So I mean, we're doing good timing. Like I said, just the O-ring kind of puts us at a sit still with the actual install, or finish on the install. But I'll see if I can get an O-ring coming, and then I will update y'all as soon as I can, or as soon as I, you know, continue the process and find a stopping point to let y'all know where I'm at with it. Just bear with me, guys. I'm trying to get this thing going, but, you know, can't do anything about stuff like that. So we'll see. Talk to y'all later, guys. It's done. Sorry I didn't show y'all any more, you know, process, but ended up getting I had the gasket for the supercharger. It was hidden pretty far. But other than that, once I got that, I installed everything, connected all the hoses, had to put the intercooler in, so had to take the bumper off to put the intercooler in. Got everything connected. Now it's just to top off the coolant reservoir and the supercharger reservoir, or the coolant for the supercharger, and then throw some 5W50 in it. I'm about to download the roush software and set the tune, and I can crank it up. I've got both my reservoirs full, 5W50 oil as recommended for the supercharger install. Everything's pretty much set up and done. I went to go flash the computer, and they're asking for the tag number. And of course, the tag number is nowhere on the front face, so which tells me that it's got to be on the back face then. So either the PCM comes out, or I wait till tomorrow and get my buddy to go onto the Ford website and pull up the tag number for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and be patient on this one. I'm not pulling PCM out unless I have to. It's under this junction box right here, so I don't want to do that right now. I'm calling it a day. I've been working on this car before work, during lunch, after work for 3 days now. Let's get the PCM flashed. Let's get this car started up tomorrow. Like I said, hopefully this is the last update until tomorrow with the startup. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day, and hopefully the last update tomorrow. Last update, was having some issues trying to get the PCM flashed. There was the issue with needing the tear tag for the PCM in order to flash it, along with, then I started having some software issues on the roush diagnostic tool. So what I had to do is pretty much re-download the roush software, and then I was good to go at that point and went through my self checks. But let's go ahead and start it up. Let's see how it runs. Sorry, I'm new to this car, so give me a break. going on here? It won't start because of the hood. I might edit that out, just because I don't want to feel stupid or something, you know. So I might edit it out. Let me just fucking start it up old-fashioned. Quit flexing. What? Everything sounds healthy. I mean, I did have to turn it on through my self-checks. All that sound healthy, but for the most part, it's running. So I'm gonna go drive it and see how it does, and make sure no lights come on, make sure I don't have coolant leaking, making sure that everything is pretty much good to go. Sounds actually pretty quiet though. We'll see how it whines and see if it makes some noise. But so far that's it, guys. Alright, I'll catch you on the next video. Later.